Buying new camera gear can be very expensive, so normally your next best option is to buy used. But it can be difficult to figure out where to start looking. So here are 5 of the best places to buy used camera gear. Number 1, B&H. B&H is not only one of the most popular US camera stores, they also have a fantastic online used catalog that you can purchase and have your camera shipped all around the world. I actually got one of my first cameras, a Panasonic G7, used from B&H a few years ago. Their used cameras are normally lightly used, stuff that's been returned or just open box items. So you're pretty much going to be getting a used camera that's like new when you purchase one from them. Number 2 on our list is Keh, as in K-E-H. Keh is a fantastic website if you're looking for cameras that are more than lightly used. They work on a grading system from like new all the way down to 4 parts. It's great if you don't mind a camera that maybe has a couple scratches or a little bit beat up, but is still in fantastic working condition. They also have a way bigger variety of cameras that are extremely old and maybe from the early 2000s. They also have film cameras on there. So you're getting a much wider selection of cameras and a much wider selection of price ranges of cameras because they're willing to sell cameras that are a little bit more beat up. Number 3 on our list is eBay. Now eBay has a wide selection of used cameras for you to purchase. You can find old cameras, discontinued cameras. eBay has a variety of different options for you to choose from. And because it's a marketplace and people are putting up their own prices, a lot of the times you can find cameras for extremely cheap. Now the bad part about eBay is that you don't get the certification that you would get from B&H or Keh. It's a person-to-person sale, so really you just have to trust the description that people say. However, of course, eBay has its return policies, and so they're very in the favor of buyers. So if something goes wrong or someone improperly describes the product, eBay will normally be on your side and refund you that purchase. Now number 4 is Facebook Marketplace. Now this is honestly one of the most underrated places because this is where I found some of the best deals on cameras. Especially if you live in a major city, there's such a wide variety of camera equipment that people are just selling and don't want anymore. Now while you're definitely going to find some great deals on there, you do have to be careful because there are no safeguards in place with Facebook Marketplace. I actually purchased my drone used on Facebook Marketplace, and one thing that I would recommend is when you meet up with the person, don't be afraid to go through every detail of the camera equipment. For example, when I bought this drone, I sat with the person in the parking lot for over 30 minutes going through each detail, going through all the different settings, making sure it flew properly, making sure that the controller worked, and everything in between. It can be very tempting to say, oh, that's the product, it looks like it works, give the person the money and leave, only to go home and find that when you turn it on, it doesn't work properly. This is actually something that happened to me when I purchased the light, and from then I always sat down with the person and went through every detail. Also, another thing is make sure that you're bringing the right equipment to make sure that the camera gear works. If you're purchasing a lens from someone, bring maybe one of your cheaper cameras that's compatible with the lens and just test it out to see if it works. You always want to make sure that everything is confirmed in person because you may never see that person again. And the final place on our list, number 5, and one of the most underrated places, is your local camera store. If you live in a major city, you most likely have a local camera store that maybe only has 1 or 2 locations, and these can be fantastic places for finding used camera gear. A lot of the times people can be too lazy to put it on eBay, too lazy to list it on Facebook, and they just want to drop it off at a camera store and get money the same day. So your local camera stores can sometimes have a huge variety of used camera gear ready for you to purchase and pick up the same day. Now you may not be getting as good deals as a place like Facebook, but you will still be getting that certification by the store that it's tested, it works properly, and sometimes they'll even come with warranties for you to get. If you like this video, then you'll love this one where I show you the 5 features that your next camera must have.